What's up, everyone? I'm Brandon.
Ryan.
Game Talk. We have a shitload of news this week, so I'm just gonna get into it. The biggest topic that's most exciting for us, but also worrisome for us, is the PlayStation 5 price. More leaks and rumors and things like that. I assume you saw some of it.
A lot.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different articles. Like I found one. Our friend John from work sent me stuff or posted on Facebook about it, asking if I had seen some of this stuff, and he posted some different ones. So I have a couple different ones. The first one I saw was from Bloomberg, which apparently you have to have a subscription to use Bloomberg. This is one. I have one free article remaining.
You better save it for next week, Brandon.
Apparently, what the fuck? But Sony is struggling with PS5 price due to costly parts. So apparently, from all the articles I've read, this is Takashi Mochizuki on Bloomberg Tech, and it cost them about $450 to make a PlayStation 5. Is the rumor. So are they gonna charge 500 for it? Because I'm assuming they're gonna want to make a profit. Now, Sony has taken hits before in the past. Like they were eating money on the PS3 for a while. Like they were losing money with every PS3 sold for a long time because they were trying to get back into the market share with Xbox because 360 ran away with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I could still see them charging 450. If the Xbox Series X is 500, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just also 500.
Yeah.
The price parity and then the PS4 install base being way more is going to just get more people to buy PlayStation 5. But I don't know.
Do you think they'll do something to like what I think last week we talked about how they separated the camera or something from it to make it cheaper. Whatnot. Do you think they'll do something like that? I mean,
maybe, but what? I don't know if they'd even have anything like that to separate because when the PS4 launched, it was just the console and the controller and like a cheap lapel mic you could use, but that probably cost them $1.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, what I read about the price thing and the cost of it, something about smartphones. There's so many smartphones and new ones coming out soon. They're also buying up some of these parts. And
yeah, because it's like certain memory, and apparently there's a really expensive cooling system in it. If you saw that, because so many people complain that the PS4 sounds like a fucking jet engine.
It does. I've noticed mine more and more, but
yeah, depends on what I'm playing. When I'm playing Days Gone, this shit. Oh, video sound is playing over us. No. All right, let me mute all this shit.
Come on, Brandon.
Could you hear us talking still, or do we need to re-talk? Okay, these are all muted already. See, this is what happens when I go to new websites. Mute site, mute site, mute site. All right. So yeah, PS5 price. We'll just go over that. But yeah, so there's a huge, expensive ass. Maybe just re-talk the last 15 seconds. Okay, so yeah, cooling unit in the PlayStation 5 is supposed to be fancy as shit because it doesn't want to be loud.
Yeah, I like that though. Like between like where I have my Xbox and my PlayStation, I can tell it gets hot. It's in my little cube organizer. So
yeah, that's right. Mine too.
The heat fucking gets wild, but I mean, especially when you do 16.
Right. It's never been to the point like the system would shut off if it was at risk of like burning itself out. So I mean, yeah. Played long ass play sessions and never had an issue with that or watched movies forever. It really only chugs when I'm playing tense stuff, like when I was playing Days Gone, which is like a super new PS4 game, came out within the last year. But also, I guess newer PS4 Pros don't have that issue. I have an older PS4 Pro. There's two different models, I guess, because I've seen posts on Reddit. Yeah, but they just don't really advertise it. But the really only difference is that it's not loud when it's running its fans and shit. So, I mean, it's exciting that there's a cooling unit, and I'll pay $500 for a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I would pay whatever it takes, really, is what it's going to come down to.
If it comes out at like 600 and Horizon 2 is not there, or like the dope-ass exclusive isn't there, I don't know if I need it right away. Maybe wait till spring, but I'll probably just buy it right away.
Yeah, I'm definitely
if I'm being honest here, I'm probably going to buy it right away. And it's like, the Series X seems cool, but also there's not going to be a game specifically for it. Like, I want to play Halo. I can play that on my Xbox now.
Yeah, and I like we've said that before. Like, I have the One X, and it's still new to me. Just over a year, so I'm not in a rush.
How much better is Halo going to look on the One, on the Series X? Because, like, it's going to look awesome on the Series X, but you have a One X, which is also beefy as shit.
Yeah.
So
I almost feel like the Series X is going to come out, and it's almost worth it to keep waiting, because it sounds like they're going to do, I don't know if I want to say, like, updates and stuff, but tweaks and stuff. Like, it's not like the PS5 where it's like, here's a whole new console. It's
Right.
Here's the Series X, and look at all the stuff we're gonna allow you to do with it.
Well,
I guess is how I'm interpreting
like maybe
it.
more modular, like they can upgrade it with something
you
like
can
that.
bring all your
which would be
games
cool.
into it and play everything. So why would I give up my X right away?
Right. And like the only reason I saw an argument, I forget where it was podcast I was listening to or something this week, with the Series X versus the PS5, like because Microsoft's first party studios aren't going to make exclusives straight for it. Like they're going to be on the Series X, but also on older Xboxes. But they said, what if like different developers make just next gen exclusives?
Mm-hmm.
So then like you wouldn't be able to play the newest something or other if it's only on PS5 and Series X. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess Microsoft's the only one making exclusives.
True.
So like that would be an argument to get a Series X over just your other Xboxes if you want the newest Assassin's Creed and it isn't on last gen.
Yeah, that's true.
That kind of thing. But we don't know. In the last, when PS4 and Xbox One came out, there was a lot of cross gen for like 2 years. Like Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out for both. Call of Duty came out for both for like 2 years, even though the last gen version was ass for like Black Ops 3. I don't know if you remember that. Like Black Ops 3 came out on PS4, Xbox One, and PS3 and 360. But the PS3 360 version was just multiplayer and zombies.
Oh.
No campaign, and it looked like garbage. Like if they were side-by-side screenshots of the maps. And I remember there was one specific map in like an IT facility or something, and the monitors all like had shit on them. But in the 360 PS3 version, the walls were just like blank, and there was nothing. And I'm like, oh shit! But it's sold. I'm sure they made a fuckload of money on it. So that's all Activision really cares about.
Honestly, at the end of the day, I'm probably just gonna buy both consoles.
I'm sure I'll get an Xbox eventually because I do like Microsoft, and they have more studios now, so they're gonna be making sweet shit. And Game Pass is awesome, so it's like I can buy games and have, you know, PS5 be my primary, like PS4 is now, but then I can still get all these games through Game Pass.
True.
So it's not a huge cost increase to get them as another console, which is pretty sweet. While we're in Sony's ground, Sony paid about $229 million for Insomniac Games. Do you remember them buying Insomniac Games earlier? Well, last year. This is from gamesindustry.biz, Brandon Sinclair. Apparently that's not that much from what I was reading in different places like that. So I'm trying to think if there's any comparisons in this video.
Wasn't there like a big push from both Sony and Microsoft to buy up just a bunch of, you know, developers and companies?
It was a lot bigger of a push for Microsoft because they don't have the studios. Sony's first party studios are amazing, so, and they have a lot. But like Insomniac's worked so close with PlayStation forever, like Ratchet and Clank.
It makes sense.
Back on PS2, and they've just been an independent studio until now. But like the Ratchet and Clank games, the Resistance games, if you probably didn't play Resistance because you didn't really have a PS3, right? They're amazing first person shooters on the PS3. There's 3 of them: Resistance 1, 2, and 3. But it's basically about an alien race that kind of invades, but also has a virus with it. So the virus infects humans, and then they turn humans into Chimera, which are their race.
Cool.
It's really fun, and it's like alternate history, like World War II. So it like starts with our history, and then it branches with the aliens.
Cool.
It's really fucking cool.
That's the only console I never dabbled in, actually.
You've played a lot of the big games for it, though, like the Uncharted's and The Last of Us.
Yeah.
The only games you haven't played, I'd say that you should play, would be the Resistance shooters and Infamous. Infamous 1 and 2
I have Infamous.
Are fantastic. You probably have Second Son, which is a PS4 game.
Sure.
Made by Sucker Punch. But Infamous 2 is one of the best like superhero games I've ever played. It's fucking awesome. Let's see. What's next? Oh, the DICE Awards were on Thursday. So I was kind of just going to go through the whole list. But the DICE Award are like the developers voting. I believe that's what the DICE Awards are. I don't know. But Untitled Goose Game won Game of the Year at the DICE Awards.
Of course it did. I am not surprised.
I was kind of surprised, but if it's developers seeing, you know, a completely new game idea, like it's not your usual
I've been
format.
kind of following that game itself, like just articles
you played
and
it?
information. No, I haven't played it, but I've just been keeping, you know, every so often it pops up and I read about it, and it really is popular. I mean, people freaking love it, so that's why I'm not surprised.
Is it on Game Pass now? You could probably play it on Xbox. I think it's on Game Pass.
It might be. I was looking at Game Pass this morning, and I don't know if I saw it.
Okay. I thought I remember seeing it on Game Pass, but I bought it on Switch because it was on Switch for a few months exclusively, so I bought it there. It's fun, and it's funny. I didn't finish it, but I just think that this guy looks like Griffin McElroy. I know you don't know who that is.
I don't.
But he used to work at Polygon, and he's one of the people we went and saw a podcast live, me, Gary, and Isabel.
Okay, yeah.
He's one of the brothers on that. But it was all over the internet that looked like Griffin, and he's just like this little kid who's scared of the goose. So full list of winners. Oh, this is from Mike Fahey at Kotaku. Love Kotaku. Okay, game of the year, Untitled Goose Game, outstanding achievement in game direction, Control. I should probably go play more Control.
Yeah, I got a little tidbit about that when we're done.
Outstanding achievement in game design, Baba Is You. Do you know what Baba Is You is?
I do. I haven't played it or anything.
It's that puzzle game. It seems like it would frustrate me after a few hours. Because I guess it's really fun because it's puzzly. If you don't know, it's a game where you have to basically move the words around to like Baba Is You, like you is wall, and then it actually changes the level to what you change the words to. And it's like really fun and creative and really good, I guess. But I guess there's difficulty spikes and you're just fucking stuck. And that shit frustrates me. So I would probably stop. Oh man, there's so many awards here. Why do I want to join a Facebook call? Get away. Setting achievement for independent game. Okay, so Goose Game. I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of pick some out because there's a lot. We don't need to talk about FIFA being the sports game of the year.
Online gameplay. I like that one. Apex.
Apex one
Kind of surprises me.
I've thought about playing Apex again, but
season 4 is coming out soon.
It's out already.
Yeah.
With basically this. Fuck, I can't think of the character's name, but it's basically like a creepy robot.
I would
Revenant.
Jump back into it.
Revenant, I think.
If we want.
Maybe I'll go down. But I was watching some streams of it because they came out last week or 2 weeks ago. Family game Mario Maker animation
RPG of the year, The Outer Worlds. It kind of surprises me.
Outer Worlds? Not. Oh
yeah.
Shit.
I'm surprised that's
Mario Kart 2 or 1 racing game of the year.
What?
That's
adventure
game of the year. Star Wars. Games, so. Well, you would do good Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart. Yeah. Did you try Mario Kart 2 on your phone?
Did not.
Yeah, it's not missing anything.
That's why I didn't.
Disappointing.
I don't really get into mobile gaming. Like I play Yahtzee. That's about it.
Hell yeah.
You want to play Yahtzee with friends? Hit me up.
See, the Yahtzee with Friends app I don't like as much though, because you have to you can get extra dice rolls and shit. And I don't like that.
It's alright.
I don't see anything else.
Well, real quick about Control, I did come across an article. Obviously, I loved it and I crushed it, but they announced
DLC coming out.
Yeah, well, not necessarily coming out, but they said that they are basically working on, considering and working on DLC.
Okay. Well, I know they announced a season pass, and there's at least 2 DLC packs, like story packs, and one of them is teasing a connection to Alan Wake, which is an old Remedy game that people liked.
Okay.
I never finished Alan Wake, but it's fun. It's like spooky. It's a third-person shooter because that's what Remedy makes. But you play Alan Wake and you're investigating supernatural shit in a town, and there's these shadow demons almost. And you have to use your flashlight to burn the shadow off of them, and then you can shoot them and kill them. It's a really cool mechanic.
Cool.
And it's spooky. It might be on Game Pass because it's backwards compatible, I think. So if you're looking for a third-person shooter that's kind of spooky.
I don't know. I think the closer we get to spring, the less time I'm going to have for miscellaneous games because everything's going to start dropping.
Once Final Fantasy and Animal Crossing drop.
Yeah. Animal Crossing for sure. But yeah, so Control 2 expansions, and they want to do more. They didn't really, they said not necessarily Control 2, but they'll probably go on beyond the 2 expansions. And I just noticed that the first one comes out March 26th, the day before my birthday. So I will be busy that weekend.
Isn't Animal Crossing out?
Is that my birthday?
I don't think it's on your birthday.
Is it the 20th of March?
I think so.
I think it was March 20th.
When does Animal Crossing?
We should know this by now. We've talked about it every week.
I know it's March. Well, because I remembered it was February 20th and then it got delayed. So I remember the old release date. March 20th,
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man, March is going to be fucking. Good thing I took 5 days off.
Shit, I shouldn't. I thought about taking time off for Animal. I've thought about taking it off for Final Fantasy. Well, you don't have a crazy amount of things in the spring because you're not getting Final Fantasy and everything else got delayed out of spring.
Yeah.
What else are you excited for?
That's a loaded question because I was looking at I was dabbling on Game Pass this morning, kind of digging around. And I have so many games that I want to play. It's almost getting to an overwhelming.
We just got to level up in the division. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's true. So I have a lot that I want to play that I already have older games, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm so hooked on Overwatch right now that I don't really want to play anything else.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can play some tonight. I might get back a little earlier.
Sweet.
So, all right. Next news story. Disney wants to make more games to reimagine its stories and characters. This is from Chris Priestman at IGN. So yeah, Disney put out a call basically to do what it sounds like what they've been doing with Marvel games, like contracting with other studios. So they're like, hey, Insomniac Games making the Spider-Man game. Before Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and all these EA games, they made a deal with EA, and EA would make exclusive console games for Star Wars for like 10 years or some shit like that. It's fucking garbo because they've only released 3 games, and only one of them is really good. But this is just to do that with more of their properties. They want more games like Jedi Fallen Order with their Disney licenses, which is sweet.
Yeah, I have one from the Hollywood Reporter, basically the same thing about Disney, as this one says, opening its vault, which, if you know about Disney and their vaults, it kind of sounds like a big deal to me, because that's a lot. That's a loaded amount of stuff that they could work with.
Yeah.
For doing original storytelling and reimagining, because like Fallen Order was great.
Love Fallen Order.
Spider-Man was incredible.
Yeah.
So what they can do and where they can go.
Right, and it talks about more series too, because this mentions that Disney owns 20th Century Fox, so maybe franchises like Aliens, Die Hard, Simpsons, Avatar, Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, the last Simpsons game was what, Road Rage or something like that.
No, they did Hit and Run.
That I played.
Oh, okay, but then they did the Simpsons game on PS3 and 360, which reviewed decently because it was really funny, I guess, but it was short. So it's like, do you pay $60 for this like 6-hour funny
just
game
for the name? Yeah, basically at that point.
Yeah, if it's worth it, I'd pay $60 for a 6-hour game. Yeah, but some people get mad about that. But I'm also, back in the day, I would have got mad about it. But now I'm more like, I need time for other shit too. And I have more dispensable income than I used to for video games as well. So then next we're going to transition into some reboots of stuff. Did you see the BioWare substantial reinvention of Anthem?
Did.
This is by Ethan Gach.
Finally.
Gosh. At Kotaku.
I hope it's like a re-release kind of thing. Like, I hope they kind of like shut it down and reboot it and then kind of.
It's vague and it seems early, or at least too early for them to actually say what's going on.
Right.
So I'm just going to read a paragraph from this article. So this is a quote from the BioWare. Somebody from BioWare? Blog post. BioWare will seek to reinvent Anthem's gameplay and a longer-term redesign. Over the coming months, we'll be focusing on a longer-term redesign of the experience, specifically working to reinvent the core gameplay loop with clear goals, motivating challenges, and progression with meaningful rewards, while preserving the fun of flying and fighting in a vast science fiction setting, which this is all in a blog post. But yeah, I mean, that's what's fun about Anthem, is the flying and the fighting. So if they can get a better loop of loot and things to do, that's what we really want. So this game's been out for a year. Came out last February, which is kind of crazy. Oh no. Yeah, it did. And then the post-launch shit, because they had like a roadmap of all of what they wanted to do, and that all got delayed and things still happened.
It was just janky the whole way through.
So it sounds like they're going to be rebuilding a lot of it.
I'm ready for that.
Like, so they've been tearing it down and rebuilding it, but how long is it going to take?
I don't care, because I think that if they do it right this time, it will be amazing.
I'm sure it's going to be some sort of relaunch with something to purchase, with hopefully people who bought the game originally at least get it for cheaper.
Because isn't it free now?
No.
Didn't they open it up?
No.
Destiny 2 is free, which bumps me out.
It's just the vanilla Destiny 2, though. You still need to buy Forsaken and Shadowkeep. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super stoked about this Anthem thing, because like it just kind of hovers in the back of my mind all the time, like how bad I wanted there to be more and it to be better.
Well, yeah, it was so fun, and like I'd love to jump in with you, and I mean, even if it's just me and you playing with random other people, flying around and fucking shit up.
And I'm not opposed, like Anthem, like the flying and like all that is incredible, but I'm not opposed to like have some places to go that you don't fly. Like where you have to be on the ground running around.
Yeah, like if they had some. You had to be like third-person shootery.
Like because I feel like they opened it up too much, where it's almost, I don't want to say too big of an area to fly around in, but where you go into some cave or some buildings and you actually have to do more than just hover.
Right. Yeah, because that's the thing. You're usually just hovering, but then also flying around to avoid damage. But you can't do a lot of damage when you're flying. You can with the Ranger some, because it's ultimate. You can use while you're flying fast to launch missiles at people, like Iron Man style. Yeah, which is why I play as the Ranger.
So,
but
just a thought. I'd like to see something like that a little more.
I'm thinking it would be next gen sometime, probably.
Yeah.
Talk about which launch? Wilson launch? I don't know what that is. What's Wilson?
We can find out.
It could be a typo too. What's Wilson? Wilson Lords of Mayhem. Would be an adequate action RPG. Oh, is this that one that came out of early access that people are excited for, but it's only a 6 out of 10? Yeah, I saw an article about this recently that this kind of caught people off guard when it got released.
I have no idea what that
Oh,
is.
I didn't know. It's like Diablo. It's like a Diablo ARPG. I saw something about it and meant to look it up because people were excited for it, but I didn't know it was like buggy as shit. So this is from PC Gamer, Stephen Messner. Wolsten Lords of Mayhem would be an adequate ARPG if it weren't so buggy and unpolished. Oof.
Rough.
That's unfortunate. It's been in early access forever, too, hasn't it? Kickstarted back in 2015. Feeling sluggish. Yeah, frequent bugs and overall lack of polish get in the way of a good game. That's a bummer, especially because it was in early access for so long.
Yeah.
And I love these type of games. I know Mick Magic does too, because we've talked about him a lot on when I stream sometimes. He's the one that brought it up. I didn't know the launch was so buggy. The one article I said was talked about how it caught people off guard and a lot of people were excited about it, but that apparently also highlighted all the bugs and shit. It's good, not worth $40, McMagic says. It's fucky for sure. All right, good to know. So still a wait and see on that game for me. Yeah. So while we're on the topic of relaunches, though, with the potential Anthem, also Division 2. So I played a shitload of the first Division, and they updated the first Division a lot and fixed a lot of people's gripes with it. When the Division 2 launched, it launched well, but didn't sell as well as Ubisoft wanted. It did fix a lot of the systems and have a decent end game from what I heard. I was playing other shit at the time, so I'm like, I'll get it eventually. That eventually didn't happen until it was $3 this week, and we both bought it.
Yep.
But they also revealed an expansion right after the sale, Warlords of New York, that is designed to revive the game, basically. So, did I say where this was? Stephen Toledo at Kotaku. Yeah, they've waited until nearly the last possible moment to give their frustrated player base a heap of potentially good news. But this expansion is coming soon and takes you back to New York, which 3rd? Is where the first game was. Yeah, March 3rd, a large $30 Warlords of New York expansion, which honestly isn't bad. Like, we paid $3 for the game, and if we get caught up, buy the expansion for $30.
Well, and
if we get there, the base game has so much content.
Yeah, so, and that's where so I never fathomed picking up the Division 2. I just didn't. It's not my style. But now that I'm playing it, it's making me realize that I really need to
it's fun.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Well,
you like Destiny, and it's similar to that, but more grounded.
I think it's because, if we're being honest with ourselves, I like the more of the fantasy with the magic and
I do
the weird shit than this kind of down to earth real shit. But it is a little sci-fi with some of the perks and stuff. So I'm definitely into it.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's fun to play multiplayer. Like me, you, and one of our other friends were playing it. Yep. And the community got hit hard, especially on console with the raid. Apparently the raid is too hard, especially on console. So that killed a lot of the player base. A lot of people just left. Then, McMagic says sales problems came from the fact that the game came near the end of the gen's life cycle. PC sells well, sure, but not as well as console. That makes sense, because the first one was Ubisoft's best-selling new franchise ever, or something like that. I don't know. I'm having fun with it. I want to play more and level up and stuff. So, but then we're also playing Overwatch.
I know. I'm constantly thinking about Overwatch.
So hopefully this revives the community, because I want a good games of service. Destiny is pretty good, but I'm so far out of Destiny at this point. It'd take a bit for me to get back into it, which isn't terrible. But while we're on topic of games of a service, Destiny 2's been having some bug issues. This happened twice. This is an article from Ethan Gosh, again, on Kotaku. So Destiny 2 got brought offline for emergency maintenance this week, which also happened a week or so ago again. So they've been doing hotfixes and patches to try and fix shit, but it's been making players' inventories go away. So they've been losing currency and shit like that, and they've had to roll it back. So they do this patch, they do this hotfix, people play for 4 hours, get more shit and stuff, and they have to roll back the saves because it's erased the player's shit, but then you also lose that progress you did that day or whatever, which is frustrating, but not as terrible as losing all your shit.
Yeah.
But it still sucks it's like when you're playing a Bethesda game and you don't save it, and you play for 4 hours, and then you freeze in the open world and lose all that 4 hours of progress. I've been there, Fallout 3, looking at you. So it sucks. It sounds like they did find the issue, though. Yeah, so Bungie says it found the source of the inventory bug and will indeed be rolling players back. So they had to roll players' accounts back again. But it sounds like they found the actual issue that's been causing it.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just a game, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Hard scratch. I like games as a service if they can be done well. It seems hard for them to be done well.
It seems weird, like that Destiny 2 is having so many issues right now because it seems to have been pretty steady for so long.
Since Forsaken came out, people have loved it again.
Yeah, and now it does suck that this happens. This is how you drop players. Like, there's people out there where it happens once and they just call it quits.
Well, it's funny that the first Destiny took until The Taken King to be the game the fans wanted. Right. And then Destiny 2 launched, people liked it, but there wasn't enough there, like with Taken King in Destiny 1, so then people fell off of it again until Forsaken came out. So it's like the same exact loop. So yeah, I don't know. All right, now I just have random news for a while. So this first one, Call of Duty Modern Warfare's Battle Royale map seemingly discovered. I know you don't play anything but zombies in Call of Duty, and you don't know shit about any of this stuff, really, right?
Nope.
So Black Ops 4 had their big thing was no campaign. We have this Battle Royale mode instead called Blackout, which people liked. It's fun. It's not as good as like Apex, or I don't really play Fortnite, but obviously more people.
It's hard to
Fortnite.
Compete with that though.
Right. Apex is just faster. The Call of Duty one was slower, it seemed, for me, and I was also garbo at it, so that didn't help. But they did a Season 2 update for Modern Warfare this last week, which is a new season of content similar to seasons and shit in Fortnite. Think that. So there's like battle passes and stuff like that.
Sorry, I checked out for a second.
Okay.
I was reading Magic's comment.
Oh, gotcha. Well, let me finish this news first. So somebody dropped into a new game mode in Season 2, which was supposed to be there, but it dropped them into something else, which seemed like a battle royale to this person. So there's been leaked screenshots and stuff of a map and everything like that, and nobody was in it. Something like that. This one is from IGN, Chris Priestman. I might have said that already.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. It seems people will like it. I don't know if it's going to be something you have to pay for extra, which maybe, but it could just be part of the next season. Possibly. I don't know.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. People like it. I haven't played much of the Modern Warfare. I have it. One of my friends got it for me. We've talked about that on the show before, I think. But its multiplayer isn't as good as Black Ops 4, so I didn't stick with it. It's a lot more campy, which I don't like. I'm not into that. Yeah, what's like Magical saying? What were you reading?
His argument about games as a service not needing.
Does he not like them?
Because how well the game industry has been doing in the past.
It depends. Like, I like it in the fact that a game will use a games as a service to fund development more of that game.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like Apex is a good example, Overwatch is a good example. They don't charge you for anything except cosmetic, like loot, that kind of thing. And then that funds more content for the game that you like playing. So instead of having to buy a new game 2 years down the line, you're getting a steady flow of content in the game that you love every few months.
Right.
Like new maps, new heroes in Overwatch specifically, and then different heroes and new guns in Apex and things like that. And Fortnite changes shit like crazy. Like, I like that if you love a game and it'll keep adding stuff, which is why Destiny's fun. But Destiny does charge a lot for their content, so that's a little bit different. I like more so of the model of Apex and Overwatch, where you buy the game once and you can spend money in the game if you want.
It's kind of a nice surprise too, to all of a sudden like, hey, oh, there's new shit, cool.
Yeah.
Rather than like, oh, do I want that new shit? Is it worth it?
Borderlands is doing a good mix. Borderlands 3, because we both love that. They have their paid story DLCs, but then they also have their intermittent seasonal events, which you don't pay anything for.
Yeah.
Like, I actually have that. We'll go down and do that.
Broken Hearts something.
Yeah, Broken Hearts. So there was a big patch, and then it also updated to the Broken Hearts event, which is similar to the Halloween one, but it seems better than Bloody Harvest.
Yeah, I think they learned from it, and that's actually, I had a similar article about where they addressed, like, we listened to what you said about Bloody Harvest, and they fixed it where, like, you can actually turn off the whole thing,
you can turn off because people were pissed about the Bloody Harvest
the ghosts
one
and shit, and all the shit that you couldn't get away from, and you can actually shut it down.
Right.
And it's legit. That's good. That's what they need to do. And it's a company that's actually listening to their fan base.
Right.
And more people need to get on board with that.
Yeah. So they dropped the what's the new one called? Broken Hearts. This is from Chris Carter at Destructoid. This is a combo article of a shitload of bug fixes and the DLC. I kind of want to try and find the DLC shit first. Well, basically, we talked about how the Stadia version of Borderlands 3 was like 3 months behind. This is a big patch thing to catch Stadia back up. So Stadia's caught up with all the DLC and is the same version of Borderlands 3 as the console and PC versions, which I don't care about, but that's cool that it's actually the same now.
Good for those players.
But then other things, it addressed a lot of performance issues. They added the level cap increase as well. You can get up to 53, which I don't know why it's just 3 levels.
Yeah,
that
I
seemed
saw
weird.
That too. It's
I don't know if
disappointing.
Can that help you get to the bottom of a different skill tree or something? I don't think it's enough. It's not enough to get to the bottom.
They had a comment in my article about why they did 3 and how it just
I'm
gives
excited
you
for it for my Moe's build because it'll let me get remote bear again because the build I have right now I don't have that. But yeah, there's a shit ton of hot fixes and patch notes. So if you're into that shit, you can. I'm sure I would just check the subreddit for Borderlands 3 because it'll probably be at the top for this last week. But then broken hearts, you can break hearts there above enemies and things like that.
This is like actually
everything. And there's more of the Maliwan stuff.
They're working on the takedown stuff and
which I never played in the Maliwan takedowns because that seemed more.
Takedown mode is going live in the February patch, so I don't know.
If that just happened. I think that is what just happened. Yeah. Also,
skippable cutscenes.
Thank
the Lord.
Did they add Mayhem 4?
Mayhem 2.0.
Yeah, so they revamped Mayhem, but then 4. Added Mayhem 4, right?
Yeah, they're going to keep working on Mayhem options.
Which is cool. Which is good.
EchoCast Twitch extension, which I don't know much about, but
So there's a Twitch extension you can get. So if you're watching Twitch or streaming Borderlands 3 on Twitch, I don't know if it works with console yet. I think if I was watching it and I connected my console Borderlands 3, it would work, but I don't think I can stream my console version with it. Is how it works. But let's say it's all tied to like red chests and shit like that, and players can interact with you. But if you find a red chest, there's a chance. So there's like a roulette basically that a viewer will also get loot from the red chest, and then that will be in your mail when you play. But then you can also spawn like pinatas after. If you fight a badass, the chat can interact somehow and spawn like a loot pinata or some shit like that, and then you get a shitload of loot. I don't know, something like that.
Cool. It's cool.
Basically lets you interact with the streamers, and then you can get loot in your game. Yeah, there's a shit ton of crash and bug reports. I'm hoping I didn't see anything when I looked through this the other day about inventory speed, because the inventory in Borderlands 3 is slow. Like whenever you open your map or your guns, I hate it. It's slow to toggle through. The game chugs. It sucks.
I think like this kind of says they made a comment on this website, their website, about balancing things and making sure that they're trying to address everything in regards to keeping the game going for years, and that's one of them. They want the smooth transition for things and the whatnot.
Which is sweet. And they're gonna announce. They announced that they're gonna announce the next DLC at PAX East. Whatever the next PAX is.
February 27th, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 Eastern.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know.
27th.
They're doing the full reveal of Thursday. Borderlands 3 second paid campaign.
I wonder where Kool-Aid's at in the game, because I've been kind of putting off the DLC to play with him, but he's not there yet.
A little tidbit about Borderlands 3 that I think was really cool was the live stream giveaway to support the Australian bushfire.
Oh, really?
Because
how does that?
People are actually doing something.
Did the Borderlands channel do it, or
Australian Red Cross was working to help Australians affected by the bushfires, and then the teams at Australian offices of 2K and Bethesda did a 4-hour live stream where representatives from both companies played for 2 hours, played 2 hours of Borderlands 3 and 2 hours of Elder Scrolls 5.
Okay.
And then they just raised money. People donated.
Yeah, and everything went to that.
And that was really cool, and I think that's something I would have liked to see on like mainstream media, that like your 60-year-old aunt is watching, so she can be like, "Oh, gamers are cool, and they're not just lazy slobs."
Like it could have gotten highlighted more, and like so many people do charity stuff like that. Like there's Extra Life, and like so many YouTubers do charity streams too, and raise millions of dollars. Yep. But there's that never gets highlighted.
Yeah,
nobody wants to see that on the news. It's all your murder stories and all that stuff.
Basically.
All right, transitioning away from murder. Stardew Valley developer shares first details on 2 new games.
I saw this one.
Headline from Tom Marks at IGN. So you haven't played Stardew Valley, right?
I did.
Did you?
I do. I got it on Switch. I played it a little bit.
Okay.
I want to start over. I want to back out, completely start over.
Yeah. They've added multiplayer. I've been playing multiplayer some. I haven't in probably about a month with Gary and Dylan. But the Stardew Valley developer is well known for doing everything himself. So he does all the music, the game coding,
Cool.
everything, the art. It's all him. Even the porting to the consoles, he tried to outsource it.
If you want something done right, do it yourself.
Yeah, he tried to outsource it, and his partners, it just like didn't work. And he's like, "I'll just fucking do it." So it took longer, but he's added the multiplayer updates for free, everything like that.
Cool.
But he teased that he's working on a couple new projects. One takes place in the world of Stardew Valley, but it's not a farming game. The other, he's not 100% sure about the world yet, but it will tie into Stardew Valley some way. Concerned Ape on Twitter is the dev's name. So no details, just that he's working on them. But if it's probably going to be a while, if I had to guess.
Yeah, no.
Unless there's smaller games, like if this one that's not a farming game, maybe it's some sort of Stardew side scroller that would be easier to develop, I think, than all the deep farming systems and shit that Stardew has. But that's exciting because Stardew's amazing, and this guy is really fucking good at what he does, and he has the money to do it now because of Stardew Valley. So it's exciting. It's going to be far off, but he doesn't want people to get excited because it's going to be far off.
Then you shouldn't.
It's too late. Yeah. Then next article, Burnout Studio returns to take Need for Speed series into next gen. You probably don't care about this.
I mean, a little bit. I grew up on Need for Speed. You know, I played it a lot.
Did you ever play Burnout? Yeah. Like Burnout 3? Holy shit, Burnout 3 is amazing. So I mean, Burnout Paradise is also great.
Yeah, I remember Paradise. I mean, it could be good. I could get into it, but I usually don't do the racing games unless
I sometimes do and I sometimes don't.
Yeah.
EA made a different studio to start making the Need for Speed games. What was it? 2013. Swedish studio Ghost Games started making them, which Criterion downsized and just kind of has worked as a side studio. So who knows if the good people at Criterion are still there?
Yeah.
Which is what worries me. But I played the Need for Speed reboot some. It seemed like it wanted to be Fast and Furious, but it didn't do a great job at it, which was disappointing. So hopefully, I mean, I like Criterion. They make good racing games. And I played Need for Speed Most Wanted, which they made in 2012. Yeah. And that game was my first Need for Speed since like fucking Underground. But it's like the cops and robbers where you can play as the cops. Not cops and robbers, cops and criminals, I guess. Yeah. You can play as the cops or the drivers, but you have cool power-ups. Like you can do power strips and shit like that. And it was really fun and really well done. So hopefully something like that comes out. Need for Speed hasn't been a big deal in a while.
What's the one? The race Forza is more popular. Like that kind of seems to have taken the place of all those. Because like my brothers always had Need for Speed. Like that's why I played them all, because my brothers were into those.
Yeah.
So I would just dabble, play, and fuck around.
And I'm not a big fan of Forza proper because it's like realistic racing. So that's why I never liked Forza Gran Turismo, PlayStation's racing one, which Forza has overtaken that because Gran Turismo games take fucking 5 years to come out.
Yep.
But
they're good. But
Forza Horizon is more arcadey, like a Need for Speed, and I like those. And those I haven't played them really hard, but those are fun.
Yeah.
I really just want like a Need for Speed Underground, like a Fast and Furious game. I don't think that'll ever happen again.
I don't really want any of them. Spend your time and money on some else.
You just want to punch the NOS and go, man.
Sure.
That's what I want to do.
All right, I'm going to interject with some disappointing news.
Okay.
That broke my heart.
Yeah, there's a shitload of news. Like, we still have a bunch.
A couple weeks ago, last week before, we talked about that Lord of the Rings game.
That Gollum one?
Daedalic Entertainment.
What happened to it?
They have no funding. They're having financial issues.
What?
So they're saying it's possible it's just going to die and be done.
Did they spend all the money on the license or what?
Probably, because, man, you have to pay a lot for that token estate stuff.
Yeah.
But basically, they're saying that Daedalic Entertainment is struggling. This article is from CCN by William Worrell.
Okay.
A little disappointed for me because Lord of the Rings is near and dear to my heart, but
yeah,
I like his take on this. His opinion on it is like Lord of the Rings in general does need a breather. Like the whole thing between the movies and all the games that they tried to push out.
The Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor games.
And they were great. And the movies are obviously fantastic, but
the show is coming.
And the show is coming, and that's where I think it's all tying in. We're like, give it a rest. Let Lord of the Rings do its thing, taper off, and then revive it later on. I mean, that being said, if this game does end up coming out, I'm obviously going to snatch it up. But basically right now, it's struggling. There's potential that it might not happen.
It's probably going to die off unless they find an investor or something. Well, it was supposed to be a next-gen game, right? Was it?
Yeah, it was going to be a while. I think it was 2021.
Okay.
Like, I think it's
well, and I was cautiously excited about it, mainly because I didn't know how a game where you play as Gollum would go. Like, if the gameplay would be fun for me. It sounded like it might be a stealth game or something. I don't know.
Which would be cool. I mean, I could get into that. And then one of the other comments from this article was like, Tolkien's work is so far reaching and deep that there's so much more to go off of than the characters we know.
That's the thing. I want them to do more outside of that.
Which is what the show is doing, right? So that's where I think that's going to have its own little niche in the Tolkien fantasy world. But I just...
More universes and lore things that people love need to do that, which is why I'm excited about Star Wars going forward, to move away from Skywalker and shit. And that's why like Fallen Order is so cool, because it's all these characters you don't know in this vast universe they built, but it's focused on such a small group forever. Same with Lord of the Rings and like the Hobbit and stuff, which you do get more characters in the Hobbit, but it's still people you know.
But that's like going back to War in the North on the 360. Those characters were it was like, this is what's happening in Middle Earth, the main story from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But you played as characters that you were assisting, off on the side. Like, they talked about the other, the main characters, but what you actually played was doing little side things to help them. I mean, it was just that.
Yeah, which is cool. Like, it shines a spotlight on new characters still with this equal struggle, basically.
And I think this all, like, our comments here tie into, like, Disney opening up what they want people to do. Take side characters and make it a thing, like,
or like with Spider-Man, you take an established character and do your own thing completely with it. It's not tied to any comics, it's not tied to movies, it's not tied to shows.
So which, I mean, that's really probably cool what they were going to do with Gollum. But
how old do we know how old he is? You would know. I don't know shit.
I would know.
He's old, right?
He is old. I mean, hobbits live for a while, but because technically,
right.
All right, so that's exciting.
So I don't know. Hopefully that game happens. I want it to happen because you're excited about it. I don't know if it's for me, but we don't really know what it is yet. So we're getting there with news. I still have 5 articles. This is a quick one. So this is from Hope Corrigan at IGN. 2 SNES games, never from the US, are coming out on Switch Online. I'd never heard of these games. So the Nintendo Switch Online service is finally adding more games since they released the Super Nintendo games last year on it. They haven't been adding them monthly, so you rarely get games in there now. But Pop and Twinbee and Smash Tennis?
Sure.
I don't fucking know. But it's cool that game releases are coming out. 2 NES games are being added as well. Shadow of the Ninja and Eliminator Boat Duel. Those have been released in the US, though.
Cool. I like that, though.
It's cool to get more shit localized, but I've never heard of it. I don't even know if I'll ever hop in and check them out. But yeah, on to the next. Project xCloud limited iOS test preview program started this week. So you know Project xCloud, right? It's Xbox's streaming service. So this is apparently Apple and iOS limit a lot of shit you can do, which is why like Stadia and xCloud hasn't been there yet. Because there's just so much. Like this test flight program that Microsoft is doing on there, you can only play like the Master Chief Collection. That's it.
Wow.
I saw a Twitter thread about it. Oh, I should actually give credit to this person. This is from Major Nelson, which is like the Xbox blog. So by Major Nelson. He's big dude at Xbox. Testing iOS client internally today. We're taking the next step of making Project xCloud Preview available for iOS users through the test flight program. So I don't know. It's cool because xCloud seems to work really well, but Apple's a lot more restrictive. I saw a thread that basically blamed Apple for making this stuff so hard to get onto iOS.
We know I'm not a fan of Apple, so I'm not surprised.
Which I don't have an iPhone or anything, so I mean, a lot of people want this on iPhone because a lot of gaming personalities have iPhones. Yeah, they're like, I want to play Stadia or xCloud on my iPhone. Yeah, maybe we'll get there one day.
No, I'll stick with my Google Pixel until it dies. I love it.
So on to the streaming, same topic. GeForce, NVIDIA launched their streaming thing last week or 2 weeks ago. They had Activision Blizzard games on there, which I didn't know until this article came out. This is from Ars Technica, Kyle Orland. But Activision Blizzard pulled all their titles from it. Apparently there was a misunderstanding on NVIDIA's part. They came out and they had a long preview program, and all these Blizzard Activision games were on it then that you could stream. And their GeForce streaming is different. They're trying to make it where if you own the games on different platforms like Steam, Epic Game Store, wherever, you don't have to pay more to use them on this service. So it's a weird way of checking what you own to be able to use it and stream it wherever.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't read that much into it because I don't have the tech to game stream, and I don't really need to right now. But apparently what it was Activision Blizzard said they could use it in the preview program, and then we're open to talking to extend it. But they went live out of the preview program, kept all the games on there without moving forward with the talks. It was a confusion between the companies, and then Activision Blizzard asked them to pull all the games.
All right.
No, so they're not on there anymore.
Well, that's not going to last long.
Which sucks, because those games are a big deal, obviously. Especially the Blizzard ones. So yeah, this is a little tidbit. I didn't watch the trailer for this, Marvel's Avengers. This is straight from the PlayStation blog. I don't even know who wrote it. Andy Wong. But it just announced pre-order bonuses for the Avengers video game.
I actually saw
pre-order beta access.
The pre-order option on Xbox today when I was dicking around.
Yeah, you can get different suits, I guess.
Oh my god, that's such a janky fucking picture.
This one here?
Yeah, the hand freaked.
With Miss Marvel?
Yeah, it's an emote. Okay.
She can make herself. It's a talk to the hand.
Yeah, well, it's a big hand. You're not talking to much else.
Miss Marvel talk to the hand emote. But then you can also get like Marvel Legacy outfit pack, so you can get like the Mark I Iron Man. Basically,
that's tough.
Early
Am I
MCU
want it on
ones.
PlayStation or Xbox?
That's where I would get it. If it's good, I'm getting it on PlayStation.
True. I mean, I like to get my trophies for my credit card bonuses.
Yeah.
I'll probably splurge for the deluxe edition just because
Digital Deluxe.
It's Marvel.
Early access. You get these other different suits. This Iron Man one is hot. I don't know if I like all these other ones.
No, they look weird. Hulk's hair is weird.
Yeah, it is. Iron Man was cool.
You actually can't see anything.
It's just silver and gold.
Cool.
I don't know.
It's exciting.
It's cool. I hope this game is good.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to be an Anthem flop.
It might be one where I cheat and pre-order it on Amazon to get a beta code so I can try it without actually paying any money.
Good to know.
I want it to be good so bad. I'm glad they delayed it because it seemed like it wasn't quite there yet.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the heroes. Like I heard Thor and Hulk and Black Widow were fun as shit. Iron Man was like fine, which I want to play as Iron Man or Thor. Mainly Iron Man, but Thor sounds like he's good. So
all right. So speaking of new games, I don't know how I missed this one. I kind of told you about it when I got here this morning.
Yeah, you didn't tell me what it was though.
Outriders.
I've heard that name.
It's Outriders. They dropped that a trailer, and I really liked it. I mean, that 6-minute trailer they just dropped 3 days ago.
It's a Square game. That's probably why I heard something.
Supposedly they mentioned it at E3, but I don't remember it at all. And I have a list of games that we saw. I took a list.
There was so much shit on Square's press conference, and the main things I remember were Final Fantasy and Avengers.
Yeah, I'm super stoked.
I don't know if this is going to work while we're streaming.
And one of the things I caught from this trailer was at the end when it says the credits, whatever, it had the PS4 and PS5 logo.
Oh.
Because I'm one of those people.
So this is like this video is not going to work great.
It's an RPG. They say it's not open world, so it is going to be, what did they compare it to?
Man, I can't even play a fucking 480 video while we're streaming.
Come on, Brandon. They compared it to Rise of the Tomb Raider, where there's going to be hubs and fast travel points. It is going to be co-op.
Yeah, it's fucking killing the shit, so calm that down.
But basically...
I just saw my face frozen over there.
You can like customize and do whatever it's, but it's not open world. So it's going to be just like Tomb Raider, where you have some room to run around and explore, but you still are, can't just get lost for hours.
It sounds cool. Yeah. 1 to 3 player co-op RPG shooter set in an original dark and desperate sci-fi universe. As mankind bleeds out in the trenches of Enoch, you'll create your own outrider and embark on a journey across the hostile planet. That sounds cool. 4
classes. One of them they haven't released. It's a secret. So they dropped 3 of them. One of them's Trickster, Pyromancer, Devastator, and then the 4th is a secret for now. But it's going to have your own abilities, perks, powers. Sounds kind of like a Borderlands skill tree thing.
It sounds cool. Oh, yeah. It's made by People Can Fly. What the fuck else have they made? They made Bulletstorm, I think. Yeah, they made Bulletstorm, Gears of War Judgment. they've done some Fortnite developing, I guess it looks like.
I recommend checking out the reveal trailer. It's 6 minutes long. It looks really good. And now Liam Croft wrote this article on Push Square that I read. He kind of made it sound like he wasn't super excited and whatnot.
Oh,
but
really?
I think it looks a lot better, and it actually
just from that 10 seconds that loaded, it seemed cool.
Well, and one thing, his comments kind of got me thinking, like, when you break down all video games, it's all the same thing. It's kind of the same setup, the same. You're a hero or you're doing something to defend something or defeat something, or you know what I mean? Like, really, at the end of the day, they're very similar. And he kind of made it sound like, oh, it's just
especially like action
cut
games
and
like
paste
that.
action game. Well, yeah, they all are.
Yeah,
really,
third-person shooters are
explore and experiment so much with changing games around.
Right. I like RPGs where I can level up.
Yeah,
and if we can play together,
the perks and the skill trees is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So keep an eye on this. I think
I've heard the name, but I don't even remember any trailers from it. I wonder if maybe it wasn't published by Square Enix at the time of E3, so maybe it wasn't at their press conference, and maybe Square Enix signed on later.
It's coming out, so sorry to. It's PS4 and PS5, like I said, but it's coming at the end of this year, so I'm wondering it's going to be a launch game.
Probably.
Which would be
it says September,
sweet.
So it could come out on current gen and then launch with the systems, which might be one worth waiting for. Because what are we all going to have at launch? We don't know.
Yep.
And that would be a sweet one. I'm hoping Assassin's
really
Creed. Yeah. I want to get Assassin's Creed Ragnarok as a launch title.
So good.
And I'm hoping Avengers, because that comes out in September now, but I could wait until PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
all depends if there's a PS5 version, because everything's going to be backwards compatible too. So
yeah, this definitely jumped to the top of my list though. Maybe once you have the ability to check.
Yeah, I'll watch a trailer once we're done streaming.
It really does look fantastic.
It looks cool. It gave me kind of Division Borderlands vibes mixed with sci-fi, because you see your damage numbers, but then you're in cover too, and it's sci-fi, which I like.
So yeah,
that sounds cool.
Super stoked.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on that now. All right, what else do we got? We already went through the PlayStation blog and Avengers. Pokemon Home.
My favorite topic of the week.
I left this at the end because I knew we'd probably talk about it a lot.
Yes.
Pokemon Home launches, introduces a weird-looking Professor Oak.
Grand Oak or whatever.
You can see right here.
Yeah.
Did they say how he's related to the other two Oaks?
I don't think so. They didn't really say anything. He just kind of was there talking to you and guiding you through some stuff.
Okay. Well, if you don't know, Pokemon Home is a way to bring all your Pokemon. Not all of them, only the ones the games allow you to. But you can bring all your Pokemon to Pokemon Home, but you can't bring them all to Sword and Shield, because Sword and Shield doesn't have a complete Pokedex yet. But you can bring all your Pokemon from the bank, which was a service from back in the DS and 3DS, to bring your Pokemon from all the way GBA to DS to the bank to 3DS, now to Pokemon Home, which you can use on your smartphone, your PC, your Switch. It's a lot smoother, right? You used it. I haven't used it yet.
I have been using it, and I've been on it every day.
Really?
Honestly, because there's something like... So I'll start with saying Pokemon Bank is free right now, because it's going to be going away, obviously. I mean, essentially, it's free right now, so you can get your Pokemon in and transfer it over. It's crazy easy. It really was super easy to do.
Because I did the bullshit on the bank already. So all my shit's on the bank, which was a pain in the ass. Oh, this is Patricia Hernandez from Polygon.
Crazy easy. And it's really, the app is seamless and smooth and like just everything about it. I've been on it because I'm doing the Wonder Box trade, because you can do 10 at a time.
Oh, yeah. Were you getting shit from that now?
Yeah.
Because you showed me at work and you still hadn't gotten it.
It works about 2 or 3 times a day. It takes a couple hours, and then you just go in and you get 10 Pokeballs. You'll have 10, and then you
so it's like all at once. So you put 10 in there and then you get 10.
Yep.
Okay.
I think there's going to be some fine tuning, especially with the global trade service. It just, because it seems strange that I want to put up a Zygarde for trade. I have to pick who I want in return, when really it should be, I feel like it should be a little more open.
It was like that back in the day when you had the global trade, because they had global trade on the DS and 3DS ones. Like Black and White had global trade. I think X and Y did as well. Sun and Moon may have. I didn't play it far enough.
But it's cool. I got a Pikachu and a Squirtle and an Eevee for free for doing some of the stuff.
Yeah, because just using it on the phone, you can pick one of the Kanto starters, and using it on your Switch, you get a Pikachu, right?
Yep. So I set it up on my Switch, my phone. It keeps up. Really, it's quick and easy, and it's really nice.
I need to do it to just get all my Pokemon, and you can use it for free and store 30 Pokemon. But then otherwise it's $16 a year, right?
Yeah, $16
like,
here, and you get
thousands of
300
Pokemon
boxes or something like that, and 6,000 Pokemon. Which,
which is insane.
If you have 6,000 Pokemon, you're doing something wrong.
All Weedles to ask for legendaries, right?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's cool. I think everyone should check it out.
I need to,
especially if you're a huge Pokemon
just fan. To get my shit, because I have Pokemon transferred up from my GBA games to my DS to the bank, and I just need to get them somewhere safe. They're not tied in my DS anymore. My biggest thing that I want from home, which it probably doesn't have, is like a sorting. Does it sort your Pokemon when you store them? Can it like sort them by number, or how does it? Because I would love it to just sort by number.
I'm still playing with it, but you can
because I'm lazy and I don't want to do it myself.
You can do all sorts of stuff. Real quick, I'll show you.
Because I have so many Pokemon and they're not in any order.
Search in your Pokédex for your Pokemon. There's even more detailed settings. Moves and
whatnot. So there's lots of filters there.
But you can create boxes. So like I named some of my banks.
Okay.
My individual boxes. You can create your own labels. Like I have yet to transfer them in there, but so you can, and then just like in
Pokemon so it can sort them by Pokedex number.
Sort through,
sweet,
or by level, and then ascending or descending.
Because I'd like to sort them by Pokedex number to try and fill my Pokedex,
right?
Which would be nice to see that, because I've wanted to do that in the old games in my boxes, but man, that's a lot of fucking work when there's almost 800 Pokemon. Well, is there over 800 now? How many Pokemon are there since Sword and Shield came out? How many Pokemon are there? 807. Okay.
Woo! So
fuck.
Don't expect to be able to trade any of your mythical Pokemon, because apparently that's not a thing yet. So if you're like me with 3 Deoxys and 3 Victinis, you cannot trade them.
Because the mythicals are the ones that
you can ask for them.
That's weird.
You can't get them.
That's weird that you can ask for them, but you can't get them.
Yeah, I like it. I think they actually did a good job, and I was kind of surprised. I didn't think it was going to launch yet. Like I wasn't.
It seemed quick.
Yeah, like all of a sudden it was here. I thought it was at the end of February, but
that's exciting though. I'm glad I'm glad you can sort like that, because that's the biggest thing I wanted, to see the gaps that I was missing in my Pokedex, kind of a thing, because I'd like to catch them all.
And you can actually sort through individual Pokedex generations and see what you're missing. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot. Once you start playing with it, there's a lot.
And I'm excited to be able to use it on my PC as well, because I think if I want to sort using a mouse would be like super efficient if I want to get deep in the weeds for that kind of a thing.
So
those are the biggest news articles I have. I have a couple notes that I didn't pull articles from. Jeff Keighley, Game Awards, Jeff Keighley, he's not coming to E3 this year. He announced that on Twitter.
Neither is Sony, so
right, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't see E3. Basically what he said was the E3 Coliseum is the thing that he hosts, which he gets different devs, different people. Like Jack Black was there with Jablinski Games last year, and it's just a crowd thing where he interviews people. But he made it sound like the ESA, I think, the people who run E3, like the company, wasn't making it great for guests and audiences and things. So that was the biggest reason. So E3 is fucking dying. We know that.
Yep.
Half-Life Alyx announced its release date, March 23rd, 2020. That's the VR Half-Life game that looks awesome. But the Valve Index, Valve's VR headset, is still sold out. So it's like,
well,
that kind of sucks. But Valve announced that specifically. Dreams came out on Friday, which I want you to get because you're an artist.
Sure.
You can make dope shit in it. Do you even remember Dreams?
Nope.
Really? What? Dreams is that play, create, share game that it got announced at like the beginning of the PS4 life cycle that never came out. Oh my god, how do you not remember? I remember sending you a video of it. And
I have an old man brain.
That's not true. Don't send me notifications, Google. So it's been in a creator beta for a while for people who can create shit. I'm just kind of gonna look at some images of it. But yeah, you can create your own games and your own everything in it. So the game fully released on Friday with Media Molecule, the developers, like story mode in it, but you can create tons of shit. Like there's so much cool shit you can make. This is all being used in the same art style, but like people have created Mario levels, they've created Kirby. Like there's this Wipeout remake in there that's fucking crazy.
Cool.
And like there's some photorealistic shit. Like here, I'll look up some Dreams breakfast. Dreams. Oh god, what's happening? Well, whatever.
$39.99 on the Play Store.
Yeah. So like these images were made in Dreams. Like look at these breakfast pictures.
How do people do that?
I don't know. But like, you're an artist, you're a painter, you make things, and I'm like, Ryan should get this because I want to get it to just play what people create.
Right. Maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah, like this shit's insane.
Wow.
But cool. You can play through. Like there's good community boards for it too, so you can find the awesome dreams creations and that kind of a thing. I want it to just go and play people's stuff. I don't know if I'll really create. I've thought about, because you can make, like, let's say you're really good at making bushes. You could just make bushes and then people can use your assets in their levels.
Cool.
And then it credits you and that kind of thing. And it's like, I could go do audio work. Like I could just go record voices like, what's up? Or just like read shit because I have a deep voice, and people could then use that in their shit as like a narrator, which I've thought about doing if I ever get it. Or if you're really good at making music, like if our friend Kool-Aid would want to do his tracks, like playing his ukulele, and then people can just take his audio and put it over levels and things like that. It seems really cool, and people really love it since it's been in its creator program. And I hope it sells well, because that's all Media Molecule's been doing for like 10 years, is making this game.
Put it on my list. One day we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So that's finally all the news that I have. Do you have more news before we get to
the questions? Only news I have is new Pokemon Funko Pops.
Didn't we talk about that last week?
Eevee version ones. I don't think we talked about it.
Okay.
The Eevee ones. So they're doing.
Yeah, because we talked about like Mewtwo and shit like that.
Yeah. So now there's a whole new set. Eevee and Friends.
Eevee and Friends. Eevee and its evolutions.
Yep. So like this, there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, so they haven't like revealed them yet.
And each month this year, so February is going to be the Eevee that you see right there.
Yeah.
March is Vaporeon. April is Sylveon. Yep. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I mean, that might.
Umbreon October.
Tapered off my Funko Pop collection, but these ones, I like the idea of having this whole set. And I'm hoping, since they're releasing this, that I think we talked about it last week, that they bring a new evolution into Sword and Shield.
Yeah, because they didn't, right?
Yeah,
which surprised me.
Hopefully, with all this fun Eevee stuff, it comes around.
Yeah. Apparently, previously, this article mentioned that they did a day with Pikachu. They partnered with Funko.
Sweet.
And released these like 12 different Pikachus.
See, that's legit to me.
Yeah, the Eevee ones are cooler, I think, than the Pikachus.
But yeah, that's
There's a fuckload of news this week. I feel like we were all over the place.
Yeah, definitely, which is cool.
But it worked.
I mean, hopefully we gave some people some things to keep an eye on.
Right, and there was news that I cut out because we had so much, and I just kind of prioritized what I thought was big to talk about.
We're going over an hour anyways. Yeah. Before we get into the end of it and the question, can we do our weekly checkup on Kindred Fates?
Oh yeah, let's check. I haven't checked it since last week.
That's what I was hoping for.
So they're at 210,000, 10 days to go.
Sweet.
Where is that on the stretch goals then? Nintendo Switch released.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because
that's what we wanted.
It wasn't even at
and
this
50
one.
more kinfolk. Yeah, it was at. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's sweet. Oh man, do you think we'll get to co-op?
I don't know, 10 days. I mean, we came up on 150,000 in 10 days, and that's all we need.
Yeah, because we weren't even at this one last week, right? Because I was like, this would be sweet to hit.
Yeah, we hit more that.
Kinfolk.
Yeah.
Did they hit that last week?
No, we wanted that last week. And then the Switch, we didn't think it would even get to Switch.
Yeah,
we were kind of sketched.
That's fucking sweet.
Oh, man, I'm so excited.
And more kinfolk, which is fucking awesome.
50 more.
The turn-based combat would be cool. Like maybe if you don't like the third-person action, I feel like more people will play it if it has turn-based combat, because people associate that with Pokemon, and this is kind of like Pokemon.
So it's gonna come to Nintendo Switch.
So it's close to advanced environment interaction. So topple trees, lift boulders, set fires, enjoy the seasons, and more, and then co-op. So
and that's the rest. See, that's fine.
Yeah,
like I don't care about those.
It made it to Switch, which is fucking
the big one.
Sweet.
I think that was the biggest.
And more
one.
kinfolk is awesome. Like 50 more. That's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
I'm glad we.
Sweet. That's exciting.
So basically,
next week we'll check it, and then after next week I'll decide if I want to pledge with 3 days to go.
True. Yeah. Sunday and then pick up.
Because you can get the Switch version. It said there was a question in their forums.
Yeah, wasn't the $77 one?
Was it?
It's a $70 one.
No, I think it was any version.
Oh.
So like somebody had asked in their FAQ if they reached the Switch goal, if you can get the Switch as your copy, and they said yeah. Well, once we once we finish it and everything, we'll ask you what copy you want. So like you could pledge $30 and get a digital copy of it for the Switch.
Cool.
What's the cheapest? Yeah, the cheapest to pay for the game itself is $30. So yeah, digital copy of the game.
15?
No.
Oh, soundtrack,
yeah, progress board,
that's
wallpaper.
Cool. I mean, I would probably end up doing 70. Just
yeah. So 30 is digital copy of the game, Founder's hoodie in game title Kindred, soundtrack,
cool,
wallpaper. So 45 is closed beta combat arena, which they said would be this summer. So that would be cool. Digital copy of the game. So what was the 70? The plushie in game title, closed beta, digital copy. Most of the shit from the other ones, but then the plushie. What's the Auburn plushie?
That was the little dog.
Okay.
Little cute little dog thing.
This guy
right there, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so, that's exciting. Cool. I didn't think it was going to hit the Switch goal, so that's fucking badass.
Cool.
Sweet, good call. We'll check it again next week, see where it's at, and then maybe pledge.
Yeah.
All right. So one of our friends wrote in a question, Gary. What's the game? I didn't even think about this. I told myself I was going to think about it, and I didn't.
I know mine already.
Game you would most like to see a re-release, remaster, or like remake of?
You know mine too. Have to know.
Is it War in the North?
Yeah. 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 Lord of the Rings, War in the North. Please, if anybody out there is listening to my prayers.
To the uninitiated, what is War in the North?
Amazing.
I just need to kill time.
That's the one we kind of talked about before. About
we tried to stream it and failed.
Rings. Yeah, it's a 360 game. You can play as a dwarf, elf, or ranger. Obviously, similar to Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn. Mm-hmm. And you just do it was not open world. It was actually very linear. You're kind of like blocked off by all the world obstacles.
Yeah, it's a role playing game though, right? Because you level up.
Yeah, no, it's an RPG. Yep, and you can customize certain things and you can create craft potions. It was very dumbed down though. Like you craft potions, you get like 3 or 4 different things to pick up.
It wasn't like Skyrim level involved as far as the role playing goes.
But to see it remastered would be great, but like a re-release, updated, like oh man, it would be so good.
Maybe bigger environments.
I think that instead of Gollum should be happening, because I feel like that game, like we talked about it a year or two ago with they were doing backwards compatibility, and like people want that. They want that to be released for backwards compatibility, and it's not.
Because right now they've stopped their adding games until next gen.
But I remember, like, you looked it up and you were surprised that there's actually people out there petitioning for it. They want it to happen.
There was a funny forum post on it. I'm wondering if I can find it.
But yeah, if you've never played it and anybody out there has the option, I'd recommend checking it out. It really is fun, especially for an older game, and I don't think it got the hype that it deserved.
Yeah, I can't find the backwards compatibility forums, but I looked to find the War in the North to see if it was backwards compatible, because they had a voting system going on. And there was a funny one, because I had found it on the list. I can't find the forums now because they stopped doing the backwards compatibility voting until next gen comes out, because I want to make sure all the ones that are backwards compatible work on next gen and everything. And it was pretty high on the list as far as like a licensed game goes. But then there were votes for it, and then like a year later someone's like, come on, Microsoft, it's been a year, let's fucking go. We want it. And then it never got added. It's probably because it's a bit more of an expensive one to add with licensing.
True.
But I thought that was funny. I don't have a great answer for this, because my answer would have been Final Fantasy VII, but that remake is coming out and it looks amazing. The games in my past that I love, that I'd like to see a full remake, not just a remaster, because remasters usually like just make it a little prettier, but like a full-on remake like Resident Evil 2 did, or like Final Fantasy is doing, would be something Diablo related. Diablo 1 or Diablo 2 being just fucking brought up with more modern style role playing. Like Diablo 2 would be amazing if they could make that better, because I played that game for so many hours and I love it. But I'd rather just have Diablo 4, I think, than a Diablo 2 remake. Yeah. So it's hard to say with classic games. Resident Evil 4 would be sweet because I love Resident Evil 4. That's still my favorite Resident Evil game. But it's still really good. So I don't know if it needs a reimagining.
Not yet, maybe. Because aren't they working on 3?
3 is coming out
so they're
soon.
Probably going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, but...
yeah, but 4 is still pretty modern as far as controls go. It plays a lot like the Resident Evil 2 remake and the Resident Evil 3 remake look. That's how 4 kind of is, just not as scary. Like 4 is very action based, not as action based as 5 is.
Which I just bought this morning. Yeah. Again.
I'm just trying to think of games that I love that I'd like to be remade from like me being a kid.
Oh God.
But a lot of the games
Star Wars Pod Racers.
Episode 1 Racer is sweet.
Actually, our assistant manager just bought it. He bought it in N64.
Which assistant manager?
Monte.
Really?
Yeah, he just bought it. He was telling me about it. He told me he's like talking about. He's like, I bought this Star Wars racing game that I used to play as a kid, and I was like, Pod Racers?
Holy shit!
Hell yeah!
I need to talk to him about that. So he's gonna be my assistant. He said. He's gonna be over me.
I bought 007. I was like, GoldenEye. Oh my god,
dude, I'm fucking
crushing it.
I'm trash at GoldenEye. I'm so bad.
But yeah, that's legit. Yeah, talk to him about it. He's definitely all about like the retro
I'll have to talk
games.
to him about games for sure.
Well, are you ready for my question of the day?
Bring it on. You said you had one.
I did. I'm really excited. I came across an article. I won't spoil what it was about until I ask the question. It was kind of a dumb article at the end of the day, so I'll leave it at that. But basically, my question is, if you were a Pokemon gym trainer, gym leader, I should say, what type would your gym be, and who's your lineup?
Shit, I have to just be one type, right?
Well, so
because that's how gyms go.
I was thinking about this for my, I was like, okay, and when you think about some of them, like, and like even in the Elite Four, mine would be Dragon. That's it. Like I would be a Dragon.
Pick the OP type, Ryan.
Well, they have some pretty serious weaknesses, especially when you have like most of them are flying.
Now they have more weaknesses.
Yeah,
they used to not.
Dragon. So, but like I would also throw in like either a psychic or a ghost Pokemon to tag along next to my Dragon.
It would have to look. It would have to look dragony though, right?
Well, like
because like Lance
or psychic and stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to do that. Like Lance is the dragon leader, but then he also has like a Gyarados and a Charizard,
or like a Seadra would even fit in there.
Well, Seadra's even dragon type, or no?
Kingdra
is.
But that's what I mean. Like you can put like one or two, whatever you want to call.
But you can't throw a Mewtwo in your party as a dragon leader.
No,
because that's not the same.
No. But yeah, I would definitely go Dragon, and I don't know my full lineup. I'm not gonna lie, but Salamence would be my the one in the back ready to come out swinging. Salamence would be my.
What the fuck do you spell?
SALAEMENCE. Yep. He would definitely be on my list.
Oh, okay.
I would have Latios, the blue one, for anybody else. Yeah. Just because they're Dragon and Psychic.
Is it Latios or Latios? I always say Latios.
I say Latias and Latios.
Latias?
Sure, whatever, Brandon. Whatever you want.
It's like when you read things in comic books and then they say Marvel movies and I sound like an idiot.
It's true. But I probably, like, at the end of the day, wouldn't have your typical, like, they're showing, like, Palkia, Dialga. Like, those are the vanilla dragons, and I'm just not into it.
I like Dialga a lot. Palkia I don't like as much.
I would have a Gudra, that's for sure, and a Flygon for the speed.
What's Flygon again?
Flygon is who Vibrava evolves
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I saw that and I was like, no, that's not him. Are we putting legendaries in? Well, yeah, because you would have a Latios, right? You said? Or Latias.
Mm-hmm.
Tios.
In a perfect world. But there, there's a lot. So those are basically my main three. I wouldn't really be doing Dragonite or anything.
Dragonite's too basic bitch dragon Pokemon.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're legit.
Dragonite's good.
But yeah, like I would.
Would you do any mid? Would you have like a Dragonair? Personally, Dragonair I think looks cooler than Dragonite.
Not necessarily. Yeah, no, Dragonair is definitely cooler than Dragonite.
Yeah.
Dragonite looks like it should be on that fucking TV show Dragon Tales.
Dragonite just looks, like fucking Pete's dragon. Yeah. He doesn't look cool. I don't know.
So
I don't know what I would have because like I love fire Pokemon, but then I'd just be a bitch gym. Like you could just bring in a fucking Polygon that you caught and kick my ass. So I don't know. I like because I would want to be tough, and if I choose fire, I'm just gonna get fucked on.
Yeah, but you can play with all your like Charizard would be a beast.
Yeah,
but you can.
Charizard would be good. There'd be a good like I want to say Coltrane because I named my Colossal Coltrane, so that's what I always call it. But Colossal is good because it's rock and fire, and you have a move you can burn out, so then you just go straight rock. But then I'd still just get fucked by water.
True, but that's where if you want to come back to
I'd like Psychic too. Psychic would be good. because then you have good counters. Because I was thinking dragon, but you picked dragon.
I mean, you can also pick dragon. I mean, this isn't real life, Brendan.
Dragon is like OP though. I think I would probably choose fire just because it would be fun.
Well, yeah. I think there's more malleability with your fire type than there is dragon type, because dragon, it seems cut and dry when it comes
dragon to or fire doesn't have a hard counter like dragon does now with fairy. Like you can just come with a fairy team and
which is why I would throw some psychic or ghost in there just to kind of counter some of that. But
yeah, like I'm trying to think, like what if I search strong fire type,
do like a Heatran in there.
Yeah, because I'd love Charizard because I love Charizard. It's my favorite Pokemon. But
Volcarona, I had one once. I've had it several times, and only one time did I actually have a Volcarona. That
there's so many. Oh yeah, see, I was thinking the Salamander one because that's dark and fire, right?
Yeah, I didn't like that Pokemon.
Yeah, you need that. Chandelure would be a good one.
True, Ghost,
like fire and ghost.
Throw it in there.
That would be good. Delphox is fire and psychic, right? That one would be cool to have.
See, once you get thinking, man.
Yeah, so there would be cool ones for sure that I would want in my party.
But yeah, I had come across that article and it really got me thinking that, like, I want to be able to do that. I
just think Castform just looks like it's a head with balls.
Yeah, it is. Or it's a busty.
Or, yeah.
Something. Non-specific entity. But yeah, like, I want to see a Pokemon game where we can actually, like, in Sword and Shield, it would be cool to have a base, like your own gym kind of thing, and you can, like, go in, set up your gym, set up your Pokemon, and then like still leave and go around, but people can go and like it's just hovers there where people can play against.
Which is why we should play. We should try and play like Temtem, because you can make like, I think you can do that kind of. Like I don't think you can straight up set up gyms, but you can have like a guild building where you are somebody like that, which would be sweet. But if they did, that's why like a Pokemon, more multiplayer Pokemon would be sweet. Like you could set up a guild, and if we could have like a guild building where like you leave your trainer there because you don't have to be there to battle it.
That's what I mean.
Turn-based. Yeah, they can just battle you and like get a prize or something like that.
Here's my team. I'm gonna leave them there.
Like that would be fucking sweet.
So hopefully they kind of do that. I mean, they're really expanding on what they're doing with Pokemon. So
I'm excited for the DLC. Very excited to see what they do.
So yeah, that's sweet.
The show is long this week.
Sorry about it.
We can quick go through what we've been playing because it's pretty easy.
Might as well.
What have you been playing?
Oh man, Overwatch. A lot of Overwatch. Big fan. I've gotten really good with Tracer, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, you were fucking me up because we were doing 4v4 yesterday, but then while we're waiting for a match, it's just regular deathmatch, and you were just dancing around me. I think I was Soldier, and you were just whipping, and I couldn't do anything.
True. Were you May at one point? You froze yourself, and then I just
you fucking wrecked me. I couldn't even do a wall in time.
I did warn you about that.
You did, and then I was like, no, I can still do a wall and get out of here, and I just died.
Division 2. Obviously just fresh in.
You just started it last night, right? I started it earlier this week.
I think I'm level 3 or 4 only. And then
you're probably around where I'm at because I haven't done a ton because I've been replaying content with Gary and then we did stuff with you yesterday.
So we'll get there. I'm definitely going to keep playing that. I played Slay the Spire this morning.
Nice. Because I played some earlier this week. Yeah.
And then yesterday, Friday night, I stayed up. I played for like 9 hours. I stayed up till like 4 a.m. playing Pokemon White 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were playing that. I was like, did you play Overwatch late at night? I don't remember that.
With Pokemon Home dropping, I was like, man, the only thing I haven't done is move my Pokemon from White 2. And then I was like, shit, I can't because I have to beat the Elite Four and I only had 7 badges. So I was like, just do it. And I jumped into it like, all right, I'll just trudge through it. Long story short, I got fucking addicted, and I'm like, oh man. So at the next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. I'm catching all the legendaries. And I just crushed the whole game. And then
because I texted you in the morning yesterday because I wanted to play Overwatch before I played Division and shit later. I was like, what are you up to? And you're like, fuck, I need some time. I'm playing Pokemon. And I forgot that you were playing it because you'd started it late on Friday.
Yeah. But I did that. That was fun.
I never played White 2 and Black 2 because I was salty. Because they came out after the 3DS came out, and they were regular DS games, and I was like, fuck that. I want a Pokemon on 3DS. I loved Black and White.
It was worth it.
I played Black. Yeah, I played Black.
It really was worth it. I liked it.
Was the story cool? Because the story in Black and White was awesome.
Yes, it was cool, and they expanded on it a little bit, and there was just more to do. But yeah, that's kind of all I've been playing, I think. I don't think I dabbled in anything else.
I didn't play anything worth note besides that. I played Overwatch with you some. I played the Division 2 a decent amount. I didn't play a ton of video games this week because my girlfriend's family's been in town, so I've been over there and watching a bunch of movies and stuff. Oh, we're gonna go see Sonic on Tuesday.
That's true.
Which Ryan is very excited about.
So excited.
When do you want to do our recap? Do you want to do it like Wednesday after work?
Yeah, we could do that.
Because that'll probably be better. Because otherwise it'll be late on Tuesday, and then I probably won't be able to get it up in time anyways.
Yeah, let's do that Wednesday.
So see the movie Tuesday, do a review kind of impressions video on Wednesday. Yeah.
I'll leave you guys with the fact that I'm not excited, but I'm going to do it anyway.
It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be good.
For the sake of the internet and my opinion being out there.
Yeah. Pretty good. All right. What else? I don't think we have anything else.
No, as far as I know, that's about it.
I'm trying to think if I played anything else. I played a little Slay the Spire. I probably played more Division than anything. I bought a really cheap Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 game, which was a sequel to like Championship Edition DX on PS3, which I loved. This one doesn't seem as good, which is a little bit of a bummer. Oh, I played a little more Magic the Gathering Arena to get some cards because I want to play with Gary again online. We got drunk last time we played, which was really fun. Need to post that to YouTube. I downloaded it. I just need to edit out the part where we're actually drunk and playing, which is at like the 6-hour mark because I streamed for like 8 hours playing it. But yeah, that's all we got for this week. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Leave comments, like the video,
follow us everywhere.
Yeah, give us questions.
Yeah,
we want more questions.
Tell us to research it.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
for sure. All right. So, well, I'm Brandon.
I'm Ryan.
And this has been Game Talk.
See ya.